Welcome to the Talking Shrimpers podcast, sponsored by Surgical Holdings. I'm Sensei Phil, your host, and here we go. TSP live for the season. It starts right here. First of all, just give me a minute. I'm just looking for someone. Has anyone seen Frank Newble? Anyone seen Frank Newble anywhere?
Denied.
Yeah, just have another look. I'm sure he's around somewhere. He's gone missing the weekend. Anyone seen Frank Newble?
Denied.
The first time felt so nice, I had to ask it twice. Gateshead 0, Southend 3. Now that's how you start a season. Reaction coming up. I've got a full team of co-hosts tonight. I'm going to start with Finn, Charlie, and Matt. First of all, Matt, where is it? Have we lost him already? We lost Matt. Is he gone back to the airport? We'll start with Finn. Finn, how are you, mate? How's your week been?
Yeah, good, thanks, Phil. Yeah, obviously much happier when Southend wins. So yeah, I'm all good.
Yeah, great start, wasn't it? Really great start. And we're going to be talking about that. Charlie, how you doing?
Yeah, really good, Phil. Thank you. Yeah, like Finn, even better with a winning weekend to start the season off with.
Indeed. Where is Matt? It was all going so well and we've suddenly lost him. Do you want to maybe just drop a message to him, Matt, in the chat, and we'll try and find him. Hello to Chloe. Welcome.
Hello, guys. Hi.
And we have Emily. How are you, Emily?
Hello, everyone.
First of all, we've got to say happy birthday to Chloe. It was the weekend, wasn't it?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it
Did
was
you
on Saturday.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah, it was really nice. Thank you.
Good. Did you do much?
I went out for breakfast in the morning in Lee, and then I threw a bit of a party at my house in the evening.
Nice.
So yeah, it was a
Nice.
good one.
Well, hopefully we will find Matt. Let's talk about Gateshead game. Like you say, brilliant start. Who are we going to start with? We start with Finn.
Hi, Phil. Unfortunately, I couldn't actually go to the game, and I was stuck at a family barbecue. But yeah,
That sounds
obviously I watched
awful.
the highlights. Yeah, well, it's not quite as good as Southend,
Hard
is it?
life.
So not ideal. But yeah, obviously a great result. I think Sam Austin clearly one of the standout players, man of the match. And yeah, I've spoken to some Notts County fans and they already rate him, so I'm really excited about him. I thought Andrew Dallas looked quite good when he came off the bench. Obviously you didn't see too much of him, but I think he's going to be a huge player for us. So yeah, overall, really positive. You can't really argue with a 3-0 on the first day. A clean sheet for Colin as well, which I think he needed because he hasn't played in a while. So yeah, overall, I can't really pick out any negatives, to be honest.
Yeah, so watching the goals, we started with a high press. We showed our intent right from the beginning, didn't we? Got a great start. And, watching the first goal, what I was really impressed with, when Josh Walker hit the shot, you see two players running into the box to follow up. Great instincts. It's what strikers are meant to do. If your teammates are hitting a shot, you just run because you pick up lots of extra goals. Keeper could fumble it, come off the post, and that's how we got our first goal. So I didn't think we saw a lot of that last season when players are hitting shots at the goal, other players driving into the box. So that was really good to see. And I think all three goals, looking at, all came from the press. So yeah, it was quite impressive. We both mentioned Josh Walker. Charlie, was you surprised to see him in the lineup? And what did he give to that game?
Yeah, if I'm being brutally honest, I think I am a bit surprised, to be fair, to see him starting. But I think for him, this season's going to be a massive season for him. I think, we're being honest, we probably didn't see the best version of himself last season on a more consistent basis. Obviously, he's got a proven record, of his Dagenham days. We know what he's capable of. But yeah, I mean, he was well up for it yesterday. It was wasn't he? He took his goal really well, and again, like Finn, I was unable to make the game. Instead, I was at Ramsgate with a few ex-Southend players in their squad. Um, but yeah, brilliant result, and yeah, and it's just great to see two strikers get on the score sheet. You know, something we haven't really had too often last season. So to have your two strikers up and running, obviously Austin on his debut, and yeah, there could have been three or four more, but 3-0 win, clean sheet, away from home. Really good attacking game that hopefully we see plenty more of.
Yeah, and you mentioned Finn, Sam Austin. I mean, what a great start for him. On his debut, scored after 2 minutes. I think he was involved in the second goal as well. Yeah, look very impressive, that front three.
Yeah, I think I was also surprised about Josh Walker starting. But in fairness, I think he's looked pretty sharp in pre-season when I've seen him. So yeah, I think probably quite deserved to give him a start. And yeah, goal. So yeah, good for him.
And of course, Charlie Kendall got on the score sheet, so he's not reverting to brown hair yet, Finn, which you called out. He's sticking with that blonde hair for a while. Hopefully, it'll keep banging him in. But yeah, listen, what a finish!
Yeah, the moment that he switches, that he stops scoring goals, I'm going to ask him to go back to that brown hair. But but for now, he can keep the blonde hair. That's fine. No worries.
Well, what I really like about him, he scores all sorts of different goals. He's not your
Yeah.
typical fox in the box, as they say. Watching him, he gets all sorts of goals. He scores with his head. Scores both feet. He from range. Close in the box. He's kind of filling that all round role that Cardwell used to do, which is really quite impressive to see. And I think if we can keep him going, throughout the season, then we're going to be right up there. So yeah, I'm happy with the blonde hair as long as he keeps doing that.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yes. Yeah.
So we've not mentioned, well, you briefly mentioned him, Andrew Dallas. Now, obviously, since the pilot we brought him in, he's probably looking at that Saturday going, I've got a bit of a job here to get in this team. Because we've got Hopper there as well. Don't forget, it's going to be interesting. And Dallas is a quality player. Charlie?
Yeah, as you said, it's a nice headache for Mayer to have this season, isn't it? He's going to have to make some unpopular decisions within the squad. But if you want, if we want to get out of this league, it's a nice headache to have. And having people on the bench that have got the quality that are pushing those that are starting is only going to be a good thing. I think it was all in agreement that we probably needed another striker just to give us a bit more threat up top. And Dallas is certainly fitting that bill, isn't he? He's got previous in the league. It's over 50 odd goals, I think, at National League level. So he's not too shy. He knows where the goal is at this level, and let's hope he can rekindle that form. I mean, I don't know what sort of pre-season he's had. Kev sort of mentioned a little bit
Yeah.
that we're fortunate to have sort of been 3-0 up and comfortable that we could get him on for another 20 minutes at the end there just to sort of get him a bit of fitness. So I don't expect to see him starting anytime soon, but if we can get 20 minutes, half hour here and there, build up his fitness and just pushes those ahead of him as well, doesn't it? And competition for place is always a good thing.
Definitely. And we've got Slavy as well, waiting for his chance. Like you said, competition. I was talking to Justin Rees yesterday, and he said, Cav Miley, Crowther, Wind, Slavov, Coker weren't involved. What strength in depth we've got now. What a squad.
Yeah, and it's something we haven't had for a couple of seasons, is it? And not only that, it's a long season. Injuries are going to play their part, I'm sure, at some stage. We hope that people keep injury free best they can, but
Yeah, true.
you never know what the season's going to pan out. Um, but yeah, it's a brilliant headache to have, and something that like I said before, we've been missing for some time.
like I said, Kev's probably going to have to take them out to Spain again, to keep them all happy. It's man management, isn't it? That's where it comes in. Like I said in the pilot, it is going to be tough. There will be rotation, I'm sure. There's a lot of games. I mean, a lot of tough games. Once we start hitting those sort of Saturday, Tuesday or Wednesdays, legs are going to get tired. And if you're going to be up there at the end of the season, you're going to need a squad. Look at Barnet last year. They had a lot of players. I think we've got a reasonable sized squad now. Real strength in depth, looking really good. One player I wanted to mention, how much of a surprise was it? Colin Anandai came in. He's obviously been out of the picture for a little while, but he came in first game. And he just has a habit of churning out clean sheets, and he's done it again. Was that a surprise to you that he came in?
I think it was a little bit of a surprise, yeah, because I would have expected Nick Hayes probably to start, but at the end of the day, I think that's probably another nice headache for Kev to have, the goalkeeper situation, because I mean, personally, I've been a big supporter of Colin. I think he's absolutely good enough. He's also a lot younger than people think. I think he's still only about 21, 22 at most, I think.
Yeah,
He's still a lot younger than people. Yeah, so I think it was maybe a little bit of a surprise, but not a total shock, I don't think, because it's not that long ago that he was our starting keeper, and had he not got injured, he might still be. So yeah, not a surprise, and I don't think the clean sheet was necessarily a surprise either.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, two decent keepers now, and you need that. And Colin, he's a young guy still. Like you say, he came in, at a time when the club were under embargoes, and he was given his chance, and he was very young. And I think he's done really, really well. I don't know how many clean sheets he's got now, but he's certainly churning the numbers out. Having that back line in front of him will definitely help him. Goodliff, Taylor, we've mentioned. I think he's absolutely brilliant. And Ralphie, of course, so solid. You've got Crowther there. We've all over the pitch in every area now. I think we've got really decent cover. And 3-0. It was a brilliant result. I thought we could go there, get a win. I didn't see us getting 3. But yeah, it's fantastic. Kev got the tactics spot on. That pressing, they got absolutely right, and all 3 goals came from that. So it'll be interesting how we kind of line up in the next game, whether he'll make any changes. Like I say, he's got to keep a lot of players happy. It's going to be interesting. But great start. We've got to give a mention to the fans. They just sounded, again, absolutely magnificent. Emily, you went, obviously we all went to the playoff final. I managed to get you a ticket in with the Noisy Boys, as I call them. How was that experience?
That was probably up there one of the best footballing experiences I've ever had. We were right under the tifo, so I didn't actually get to see it from the front until I saw a picture. But to be underneath it was just unreal, and the noise I think really carried us, especially through extra time. When we got that early goal, we were just unreal for the best part of 20 minutes, and then obviously not to dwell on it too much, but yeah, I think it really carried them. I think the fans are going to be such a big part of this season, and to take that many up to Gateshead, I think just says it all and everything that we're about as a club, really.
We do have amazing numbers on the road, and I think it was something like 300, 330, 350 or something to Gateshead on Saturday, and it sounded like 30,000 again. Coming through the TV. Just amazing, incredible support. 12th man, they're going to play a big part this season. Matt, you've decided to join us. He's gone again. He does exist, but believe me, he does exist. Are you with us, Matt? We can see him, but we can't hear him. We're having some issues here. Listen, it's a live show. You're going to get it. Charlie, at the moment, you're going to have to be the stand-up comedian. Hope you got some good jokes.
Bank on...
So,
Botany that can go out.
We're having a bit of sound issues with you, Chloe. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Still getting the same. You may need to log out, log back in, see what happens there. It's that old turn it off and on again, isn't it? We'll see what happens. We'll try it. But yeah, she said it was brilliant, I think, where she was sitting. But yeah, we're talking about the fans. We're going to talk about the Tamworth game a bit later. But, you know, we're expecting a big crowd again. And, you know, I'm sure the fans are going to play a massive part for every home game and away. So it's going to be an interesting season. Really looking forward to it. It feels like we've had more than a week. We've literally had one game. But yeah, I'm just so excited about it. Great days. Okay, hopefully we'll get Matt back again. I'm not quite sure. Finn, anyone else stood out for you for that win on Saturday? I think we've mentioned Sam Austin. What a great debut for him. Andrew Dallas, I think he got a few minutes, didn't he? But was there anyone else?
Keenan for me. Keenan and Pier Fulton. I mean, really, it feels like a cop-out answer because you can basically say in every single game he plays. I'm yet to see a performance for him that hasn't been outstanding, if I'm completely honest. Got a soft spot for him because he was on my podcast, but I promise I'm not biased. He's just that good. Quality once again, constantly chasing balls down. His work rate is just insane. I think him, Sam Austin, as we said, and Charlie Kendall. Just on Charlie Kendall, I think for me, we were talking last podcast about do we have a 20-goal striker? I think you don't have to look much further than him. I think he has the ability to be. I'm not going to say he will be, but I'm not. I think he has the ability to be that 20-goal striker that we need.
Yeah, I agree. Like you say, he can keep the blonde hair, keep banging the goals in. He scores all sorts of goals.
Yeah, I don't mind the blonde hair if he scores. It's fine.
So, I'm sure he's going to have a great season. We've just got to keep feeding him, haven't we? But yeah, brilliant. Okay, so I think that's the end of the first half. We're going to have a short advert and then we are going to be back with a halftime show. We've got teammates, Tom Hopper, Molly Lee, about me, and we're going to talk to the ladies as well. And maybe we'll have Matt Adlington. So don't go away, guys. We will be right back.
This is the halftime show in memory of John Gurrell.
Okay, so we promised you teammates with Tom Hopper, so here we are. Enjoy this.
Best and worst dresser. I'm going to go actually the same person for both. Charlie Kendall. He's got some good style, but some of it goes the other way, like a bit outrageous, and so he can't get away with it. Best trainer, or probably Cav or Noor. Both pretty good. Worst trainer, depends what day you catch him on. Goody if he's not feeling himself. Worst playlist, Colin. Team Joker is Gus, easily, who's always late. I have to go Colin again. Most intelligent. I'm going to put myself for that. I'm going to back myself. Who needs help? God, we all do. Who needs help? I'm going to say Keenan, just for the inflatable that he's been carrying around. Who plays the most attention to themselves in the mirror? Where's the Skip? He's around me somewhere. Skip, he's always got the moisturiser on. Best training grass skills, Daz or Benno? It's got to be Daz, I'm afraid. Sorry, Benno. Nice one.
Molly, position, goalkeeper. So what made me enter into women's football? Well, I think having two older brothers sticking me in the net, once they whack balls at me, I think pretty much pushed me towards it. And then playing boys football up until 16, I think he just got me involved in it, got me in love with it, to be fair. Whole family are Arsenal, so pretty much involved from birth into football. Pretty much joined SOUTHEND, basically got scouted by Lewis. Shout out Lewis Dodds. He obviously knows talent. Player in men's or women's football, I think straight away the first one's going to be Mary Earps. I mean, she's absolutely paved the way for women footballers, let alone women goalkeeper footballers. Obviously a huge thing was getting the women's goalkeeper kit widely sold, to actually putting a name out there for women goalkeepers, so straight away it's got to be her. Men's football, it's got to be Thierry Henry. So eldest in the team, well, apart from myself, which absolutely every other teammate would say, I would say it's got to be number 11, Amber Denton. My football superpower would obviously be to not lose. Obviously nothing more frustrating than being 0-0 game and you let that final go in. Nothing more sort of annoying or frustrating than that. So superpower, just never lose. Favourite moment with the team has got to be lifting the cup a couple of years back. It was such a team effort to get there. I think the end score was 3-1 against Chelmsford Ladies. I had all my family there. It was just such a special occasion to do it my first season with the girls. Just such a memorable one, to be fair. My prediction for the ladies team this year, I'd like to hope competing first or second. Obviously, end of season, we didn't finish where we wanted to, but that was just unfortunate due to injuries. But hopefully with a few more players in the squad, lack of injuries, hopefully we can get top two. If not, get promotion and go on to win. But up the Shrimpers.
Yeah, that was Molly Lee. Great character, I've got to say. Met her last week, a couple of weeks ago. Really great girl. I bet you girls have great fun with her around. Great character. Matt is back again. Listen, you don't need to tell any jokes today. We're just laughing at you anyway because you're in and out like Colin Anning Guy.
Yeah, I'm rarer than a Jack Bridge header, me. No,
He's here. We can hear him.
I'm here. It's good to see you.
Right. Shall we? While we've got him, shall we bring him out? Let's do it properly. Right. We've been ready for this.
Now it's the Comedy Corner with Matt Adlington.
Over to you.
Oh, straight in at the deep end. Well, good to see you all. Look, this week at Rootsall has been a big week. Obviously, the National League kicked off with one of our longest trips up to Gateshead. I'm just relieved that the National League didn't mess it all up and put us up to play up there at Boxing Day. Given what the National League have done over the years, it would not have surprised me if we were making that long trek up on Boxing Day over the Christmas period. New boy Sam Austin getting an early goal to stunner the Gateshead crowd. I was just disappointed he didn't hold it off by a few more seconds to allow for a lot more WWF puns. What with Austin 316 would have been absolutely perfect. I would have loved that. I used the term Gateshead crowd there as well. That was obviously used in a loose fashion. I think mine and Charlie's head are more crowded than what the attendance we saw at the Gateshead stadium there. It was awful ground. Hardly any fans there. Really enjoyed it. Dallas made his debut as well. It's like Kev's playing a niche challenge on Football Manager this season where he can only sign players whose names combine to make a cowboy name. Austin, Dallas, Walker. Could Noel Ranger be returning on the cards? That's what I wonder. In other news, Braintree also won 3-0 to go top of the National League according to the alphabetical rule, meaning I am putting together a petition to have us renamed AFC Southend United just to make sure that is absolutely not happening on the last game of the season. We cannot have Braintree going above us. Apparently, all 12 of their fans have bought tickets for the X30 in an attempt at some sort of bus parade to celebrate the fact that they're top of the league already. No one was happier with their victory than their boss, Steve Pitt, who I don't know if you've gone and listened to his after-game interview just yet, but he gave away absolutely all of his secrets. There is no need to scout Braintree. The only thing he didn't tell us was how many sugars the players have in their cups of tea at half-time. He told us everything. What else has been going on this week? Macaulay Bond's gone. After an uncertain summer, Macaulay pulled a Home Alone 2, lost in pre-season. He's gone. Apparently, the club did offer him a reduced wage, and he replied just back telling them to keep the change, you filthy animals. He wanted none of it. He was gone. Everyone's excited to get back to the Hall next Saturday for the first home game of the season. Tamworth, the opponents. Is it going to be lambs to the slaughter, or will it be the Shrimpers feeling sheepish? Either way, one thing is certain: there'll be a huge crowd there to back the Shrimpers on their first home game. Come on, Southend!
Brilliant. That was Matt Adlington. You appeared at the right time. Perfect. Absolutely brilliant. So
Just
Matt
dropped straight into a monologue.
Yeah, totally. So, Matt, you are appearing weekly at, do you want to just remind everyone?
So I perform weekly at Little Smash Comedy at Bar Up the Road down Hamlet Court Road. It's an award-winning new act, new material night where we get some of the biggest and best names in comedy coming down trying new material. And I'm there as well. So it's good fun.
I'm sure you're the star of the show. So, yeah, listen, get down to see Matt. That'll be absolutely brilliant. You'll have about 1,000 shrimpers descending on that arena this week. So good luck with that. So, yeah, brilliant. Okay, what we got next? We got this.
The Southend United Ladies with Emily and Chloe.
Oh, let's see if we can talk to Chloe, or she's going to sound like a Dalek. If she is, then Emily, you're going to have a lot of talking today. So, Chloe?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Oh, yes, you've got her back.
I switched up the headset, so
See?
hopefully you can hear me better now.
Again.
I know, did the trick.
Brilliant. So, we talked about your birthday. So, have you cut back down to earth following the Lionesses Euro win?
Just about. I've actually got my Chloe Kelly t-shirt on. I feel like I'm just living and breathing the Lionesses at the moment. Yeah. No, to your question, I haven't yet.
So we last spoke, well, on the pilot, we mentioned you'd had one pre-season game, 3-1 against Morden Tiptree. You've had another game since. How did that go?
Yeah, we were meant to have 3 games since. One of them got cancelled because of the Euros final. A good excuse to cancel a game, I think. And then since then we had Toby Ladies where we won 6-0, and then Lee Ramblers yesterday we beat them 5-3.
Oh, you're absolutely banging them in for this pre-season. So it's looking good.
Yeah, and actually in every game we've had, I think we've had hat tricks in every game. So I'm pretty sure. So yeah.
No pressure on the guys then.
I know. The girls are firing in all
If
cylinders.
you're listening, watch the ladies. That's how you do it. So, Emily, this Sunday, first game of the season, Chelmsford City at home. Any new faces that we can look forward to seeing?
Well, I think we've got, in pre-season, we've had a lot of trialists coming in. Obviously, with injuries, we've needed to recruit. We've got a fair few new players in midfield. So hopefully we're looking to kind of play through them, get wide and get lots of shots off. I think Chelmsford are going to be a lot of competition for us in terms of getting promotion and trying to push to go up, as they were last year.
So great game to start then. Grudge match already.
It's going to be a proper one.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be good because I think both teams will be quite fresh. It'd be a good one to get down and watch because, as I said, there's a lot of rivalry there, and we're both pushing to go up. So 2 good teams on hopefully a nice fresh Sunday.
Yeah, definitely. So I was saying at the pilot, I went along to saw Chloe went along to the 5-a-side, and they looked really good. There was some, really good players there. I was impressed with quite a few. I mentioned Jordan at the back. She's rock solid. I wouldn't mess with her. Abby whipped some great balls in, and I know trialists scored a hat trick against Tiptree. So yeah, they look good. Really looking forward to it. So I think that's 2:00, isn't it? Kickoff at Garran's. I'm going to be there. Justin's coming down as well. So people, if you're listening, get down. It's going to be a great game. Big grudge match to start the season with. I think last time out, we beat them 2-1 at home, didn't we? But the last game we lost 4-1 away. So do you think we've got a few scores to settle there, Chloe?
I think so. They're kind of like a bogey team, I think, Chelmsford to us. They're really hard to break down, but I think it'll be a bit of a goal fest. I think both teams have got the quality up front to score multiple goals. Just got to hope that we come out on top. But I've all faith in the girls. I think they're going to smash it, and good way to start our season.
There you go. We heard it. It's going to be a goal fest. So go along. It's going to be great to watch. Sun's going to be out. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. So hopefully we'll have a 6-point weekend. That'd be beautiful, wouldn't it? Matt?
Oh yeah, I was just going to ask Chloe, Emily, like with Chelmsford being so close, do you know a lot of their players already? Like, is there a banter between the two groups of players?
I actually used to play for Chelmsford back in the day, so I know. So I actually know a couple of the girls there, and they're a great laugh. They're really lovely girls. So, but I think on actual game day, there's a bit of to and fro on the pitch. It gets a bit feisty. So, yeah.
They wasn't responsible for your ACL, were they?
No, that was Colchester United. Another big rivalry. But no, I do actually have to disclaimer. There was no tackle. It was just completely off the ball before anyone comes to me.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you, Emily, first. How is your rehab going?
Yeah, it's all good.
For your knee, nothing else. I just cleared that up. How's your knee rehab going?
Yeah, ACL. Me and Chloe are ACL gang. But yeah, nine months post surgery now, so it's looking good. Back to running, a little bit more contact stuff. It's just such a long-winded rehab, and hopefully, aiming to get to the tail end of this season, if not before. But yeah, it's going well. It's just about staying consistent and just being patient with everything and just taking each week as it comes, really.
Yeah, that's all you can do. And Chloe, how about yourself?
Yeah, good. I think me and Pert are probably about the same step at the moment. I think maybe Pert's a couple of weeks ahead of me, but I only started running a couple of weeks ago. But what's really good is we've brought in a new physio, Siobhan. Shout out Siobhan. She's only been with us a few weeks, but honestly, she's incredible. On a Wednesday night, she is. She's got about 5 or 6 of us in her little individual injured team training crew on a Wednesday night. But she really pushes us and sort of gives us the confidence to push our bodies that little bit further. And it's going well.
So I gather you'll both be watching on Sunday, hurling a bit of abuse at the opposition, especially you, Chloe, who used to play for them.
You have to watch Chloe.
Oh, really?
Keep her tame.
Yeah. So it'll be an interesting one. Really looking forward to it. And first league game of the season. Let's get the 3 points. That'd be great if we can get 3 points on Saturday as well. Make it a 6-point weekend. It'd be perfect. So yeah, let's see. Can we get a score prediction from you, Chloe, first?
I'm gonna go 3-2 to us.
And Emily?
I was actually going to say 3-2 as well, but just to switch it up a bit, I'm going to go 4-3 because I also think it's going to be a goal fest.
There we go. It sounds like a date in the diary. So people get down there.
Watch it now be 0-0.
Yeah, it'll be 0-0. Or it'll be 1-0.
0-0, 5 people sent off, 3 injuries.
Yeah. No more injuries, please.
No, exactly. We had enough. We'll see next Monday. We'll be bringing you reaction from that. Okay. So, yeah. Up next, Tamworth at home. Going to start with Finn. Great start at Gateshead, obviously. But home, we're back at Roots Hall Saturday. Great big crowd. Surely the lads' confidence will be high, going into that, following that Gateshead win.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, obviously, we're coming into it on a big high. Tamworth are coming in on a bit of a low. They've just lost to Scunthorpe. I believe it's 2-1. Obviously recently promoted, so not a great start for them. They've had an interesting pre-season. I was doing a bit of research before the podcast. They played like 9 or 10 games in pre-season, which is quite a hefty pre-season for them. A lot of it was against quite low-level teams like Banbury and Lichfield and teams like that. not very high scoring either. So yeah, they've had an interesting pre-season and not a great start to the season. But obviously, we've had quite a tough pre-season against some tough teams, but really tested most of them. And yeah, as you say, a lovely win against Gateshead. So yeah, I'll definitely back us for this game. I think it's gonna be a nice
Now,
game for us.
Tamworth, obviously, I think they did really well last season, finishing 10th, just 4 points behind the playoffs, actually. I can't see that happening this season, if I'm honest. They've lost Daniel Creaney to Solihull, who's a real target man, great focal point for them. They're going to miss his goals. How much of a loss is he going to be to them?
Yeah, I think that's a huge loss, to be honest. And I saw some people, when Solihull announced that move, I saw quite a lot of people kind of being a bit sceptical of it, asking why Solihull necessarily wanted him, because he's not quite the young, hungry striker that they wanted. However,
No, I think he's 32 now, isn't he?
yeah. So he's getting on a little bit, but in my opinion, I think he's a quality striker.
Yeah, I do.
You could easily get 2 or 3 years out of him at that age. And yeah, I think that's an enormous loss for Tamworth. You saw, particularly at the end of last season, just how good of a player he is. And yeah, he's a quality player. They brought in Manny Duku from Solihull to kind of replace him. I'm not sure, but I think it might have been some sort of swap deal, or there's definitely something, because Manny Duku went the complete opposite way to Creaney. And I think Manny Duku's a decent enough player. He hasn't really played too many games at any club he's been at. He's not the most prolific, but he did all right at Solihull. I mean, he played 9 games and scored 3 goals. So again, as I said, doesn't play too much, but yeah, I think they are going to struggle this season, though. Definitely, I don't think they're going to match what they did last season.
Yeah,
but I
I
could be
agree.
wrong.
So they do have another player that's been around, been around the block, Tom Hanks. He's been Forest Green. No, I've got that wrong. It was Forrest Gump and Green Mile. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, he's also been Castaway. Do you remember that? Wilson! And Saving Private Ryan. I know, sorry, bad joke. It's not clever. It's not Big. There's another one there. Big. Great movie. Listen, another Tom Hanks movie featured the Southend players. Charlie, any idea?
Sorry, say that again before you cut out then.
Yeah, so another Tom Hanks movie featured a Southend player. Any idea?
Oh, I have a clue, to be honest. God, I'm sure you're going to tell us.
Matt, any ideas?
All I can think of is Bubba Gump Shrimpers, but that's you've already done Forrest Gump, haven't you?
Not a bad call. No, a man called Otto. Come on.
Ricky Otto.
Of course, Ricky Otto, of course.
So if Ricky Otto was in a Tom Hanks movie, what movie would that be? Come on. Finn, any idea?
I'm not too sure. If I'm honest, I'll leave this to someone else.
It's Catch Me If You Can. It's got to be, surely. There you go. Yeah, enough of the Tom Hanks jokes, dad jokes. I'll leave the comedy to Matt. Much better. But listen, they do have Joe Ryan on loan from Barnet, and they've got another player who's been around the blocks again, Jordan Ponticelli. He was at Coventry as a youngster, first few seasons. Wrexham, he's played Wrexham in this league. He's played at League One and League Two. He should be doing better than he is. I actually had him. Chloe will understand this. Football Manager, I'm a massive fan of that game that you work for. I had him at Southend, and he banged the goals in for me. So I see that name, I'll get a little bit worried. But thankfully, he's not really been hitting the net for Tamworth. And I think they will struggle without Creaney. God, can you imagine we lose on Saturday and he goes and scores a hat-trick or something? I'll get lynched after this. But yeah.
I think it's weird with Tamworth. It feels weird to say this, but the biggest threat for them probably comes from throws, which is quite a weird thing to say. But
no, it's true.
Tonks, I've spoken to a few times. lovely guy, but I wish him all the best. But not when we play him. He's an absolute nightmare. Honestly, I remember particularly the away game when we were there. Anytime they get a throw, it's like it's more dangerous than a corner. It's more dangerous than a free kick, to be honest.
It's like a javelin, isn't
a
it?
few of them. A few of them, the keeper was having to hit it off the line. It was literally almost going in the net. So I think, that's something we've got to watch out for, and I'm not particularly excited about seeing.
That's a great call. So, Charlie, I'm going to ask if, Kev might play this differently in goal. Might he change it with, taking Colin out? Who's the better of the two, Hayes or Colin at meeting the ball with a punch? Because that's what we're going to be looking at.
Yeah, I mean, your obvious choice would be Hayes, just in terms of his presence. He's the taller keeper, the bigger keeper of the two. However, I think Collins still capable, and I would imagine he would still start. I think he will probably keep a winning team. As you say, their main threat is going to be Tommy Thompson. His throw-ins at any given opportunity, they're going to be loading that box up and really crowding it out. But we've got the likes, Goodliff, he's just going to swallow that up. I reckon he'll have that as his bread and butter all day long. I think if that's their only sort of threat, I think we'll manage it quite well. We'll be well accustomed to it from last season. But for me, I think going back to it, I think Colin will probably still stay in goal just based on Saturday's performance and result.
Yeah, and he deserves to. And we've also got Ralph as well. Don't forget. I mean, Ralphie is just so good in the air. That leap on him is just incredible.
He just hangs up there, doesn't he? For for the sort, he's not the biggest of guys either, and he's.
No,
I'd love to see his percentage of headers that he wins. I don't think he loses many battles in the air at all.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. They also obviously play at home on a plastic pitch, which is where they pick up a lot of their points. But away from home, that not used to playing week in, week out on the grass, different turfs. It must be difficult for players to adjust all the time like that. And I agree. I think that their weapon really is the throw. So try and keep it on the pitch is the answer, isn't it? On Saturday. Matt, any thoughts?
From watching their game against Scunthorpe at the weekend, again, they just look like a typical Northern National League team. It was a lot of blood and thunder. Their goal come from a bit of a scramble and pump up, and I think they nearly grabbed an equaliser at the end there as well with again another long ball. So I think exactly as Finn and Charlie have said already, just Goodliff's going to be huge for us. And as you say, Nathan Ralph as well, and little Keenan as well. He can get up for a header as well.
Yeah, he can.
Watching the Charlton game, he cleared two of them, didn't he, to reach a ball there? So the aerial battles are going to be huge. But Scunthorpe, I think, ripped him apart with some sharp stuff, and I would put us leagues above Scunthorpe at the moment. So hopefully our football will prove to be the winner. Football will prove to be the winner. There you go. There's an insight for you.
Indeed. Charlie, how do you think Kev will approach this game?
Personally, I think he's going to play it similar to how he played Gateshead. I think we'll be on the front foot attacking football. And to be honest, I think that's when we play our best football. I think when sort of sides sit up and block and it's trying to break it down, that's when we find it tougher to break teams through. I think when we're on that front foot, we're putting it to them. I think that's when we look our best. And I mean, touching on the signings this season, we haven't had loads of signings, but the signings we have got are really good quality additions that give us that sort of outlet. Both flanks now really, we've got great delivery both sides. Austin through the middle. It's just quality throughout the team. And I think if we go at them and like Matt was saying, play the football and let that do the talking. And I think, as he says, that'll give us our win. I think if we start getting into a bit of a scrappy,
go for an early goal again. I know Kev likes to go at it early, and obviously that worked for us really, really well against Gateshead. But I think, with your home crowd, I think you get that early goal, settle them down again, and then go from there. It could be like the ladies, could be a goal fest potentially. We're getting a bit greedy now, aren't we? We want a 5-0, I think, on Saturday. and I want a 5-0 on Sunday as well, and I'll be really happy. So we're destined to get 2 0-0 draws, aren't we? Let's get some predictions from everyone. Let's start with you, Charlie.
Yeah, so for me, again, I can only see a Southend win. I think Tamworth, we touched on it earlier on, I think they overachieved last season. I wouldn't have had them at 10th at the beginning of the season for sure. But sort of how, losing their key man up top, I think they won't cause us too much problems. So I think it's going to be a Southend win. I'm going to go for another 3-0 win, I think.
Nice. Finn?
Yes, I'll host the predictions league, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm good at predictions. However, I did have a good start against the Gateshead. I said it'd be 3-0 and it was. So I'm going to try and keep my clean sheet record this season. But I'm between two, really. I'm between 3-1 and 2-0. But I'm going to go with 2-0.
2-0. Cool. Let's have a prediction from you, Emily.
Yeah, I was going to go 2-0 as well. Hopefully keep the clean sheet record for 2 weeks on the bounce. That's what I think is going to be key. 2-0 for me.
Chloe?
Yeah, I think keep the clean sheet, but I'm going to go with Charlie's prediction of a 3-0 again.
So that leaves Matt.
Yeah, do you know what? I actually can see him causing us some problems with their physicality at times. So I actually think it's going to be 4-2. I want to put some money on 4-2.
Oh, you put a dampener on it, didn't you?
I still think we'll outscore them. I still think we'll be too quick for them. But I just think that they'll load the ball into the box a lot, and I can just a few ricochets, that sort of thing. It always seems to drop for those sort of teams at the whole. So yeah, I think 4-2.
I'm going to go 3-1. There you go. You have it. So we're all going for a win. It's going to be a win for sure, but by how many? That's going to be the key to the question. Okay, that is the end of the show. We're back next Monday. Reaction from Tamworth and also Southend against Chelmsford Ladies. We will have teammates from Gus Scott Morris. And let's just say thank you to all our co-hosts today, Charlie, Matt, Finn, Chloe and Emily. We all got there eventually. To our sponsor, Surgical Holdings, have been absolutely brilliant. And to our audience members and listeners, up the shrimpers, and we will see you next week.